Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. This time I think we're going to take another short look at a few mini comics and zines. Shall we do that then? Yeah. And this here, itty bitty one. And you can see how tiny it is. It says 0 hour. It says the mini strips #1. I showed another one by the same cartoonist before, but not this small. This is by P.J. Lady from 2007, and it's just gag strips, and she intentionally produced this mini comic at about this approximately the size of comic strips as they appear in the newspaper, and it's a cute little strip. It's a kind of funny one. It says, "Hey PJ, I applied to be on that TV show Clean Sweep, and they said yes. Clean Sweep. Aunt, isn't that the show where they come in and organize and clean a room in your house? Yeah, I thought they could do your studio." And then it shows her studio here. A terrible, cluttered mess, as a good studio should be. And she goes, "Why?" And so I presume that the main characters in this strip are PJ herself and her partner. And it's I haven't read this in ages. I just read a few of them earlier, and this is kind of fun. It's a nice, cute little style, and just the kind of stuff, except for the fact of that it's a lesbian couple, is the kind of seems to be the kind of gags you would see on in the newspaper strips, and might have a little bit of the adult stuff in there. I don't know. I didn't see any. And that's a cute little one. And this one here is different and unusual. It says, "Top of the line, #1. So It Was Quiet by Daniel McCloskey. And it's got a color cover. It was $2.50, and this is from 2012. It says this comic was conceived during the 2010 Pittsburgh Fun-A-Day. It was finished at the Cyberpunk Apocalypse Writers Co-op in 2012. But it's kind of weird, and it has no dialogue in it at all. Just some sound effects and the artwork, and then it's laid out kind of unusual, so that when it's open, even though it's a mini comic, when it's fully opened, each page is about the size of a regular comic book page, and kind of crude, scribbly art, but it seems to be a desired stylization. Black one. And I don't even understand what's going on, but it's all pantomime. It's all pantomime. And it's some weird animals in this forest with this kid that seems to be lost and stuff, and I don't get it. But it's amusing. And here is Prepare, a Bakerstown Linocut comic by Jake Roth. And I showed you this one that wasn't in the same batch. I did showed several of Jake Roth's Bakerstown comics before, and but this one is different. I mean, it's the same, but it's different because all except for a little afterword of about 4 pages at the end, all the artwork are linoleum cuts, and that's interesting. Looks like something he was kind of experimenting with, and it was intended to be a Halloween little Halloween comic. And his stuff is kid-friendly. There are pumpkins to carve, decorations to make, and costumes to try on. Lots of costumes to try on. But don't let all that scare you off. It can all be a lot of fun. Yeah, so that's kind of cute. And there's the afterward, a word from the artist that's is conventionally drawn. And then Bada Boom Twist, and this is a little news by David. I think it's pronounced Labens. I don't know. This is from 2010. Bada Boom Twist. Says there are many other pages of Bada Boom Twist on Bada Boom Twist blogspot.com, and it says this is comics in English, drawn by a French-speaking guy married to an American citizen. So I presume that David is either French Canadian or French. As a little introduction, and it's very scribbly, underground. Groundy type, and it seems to be a bit of a diary comic. Each page is a day. They're not all. He doesn't do every day, but he does, do an occasional day, and he puts the date at the top. So it's things going on in his and his family's life, but he kind of makes it kind of funny, and. That's a nice little book. And then I'm going to finish this up with, this is not a mini comic per se, but it's a zine. This is from 1990. The Barbarian Scroll has some, if you can make it out here, yeah, some really nice cover art. And unfortunately, it's not signed, and I didn't see it anywhere inside, both front and back cover, and it actually looks like Rudy Nebris art. It's possible, could be. And this is the Barbarian Scroll. It's a fanzine all about Robert E. Howard's Conan the Barbarian and sword and sorcery stuff. And of course it's typed. All the text parts are typed. It has a lot. Here is a short sword and sorcery type comic story, fantasy story, and then it's followed up with some it's got some ads and an interview. Here's an interview with artist Dave Dameron, and then has a little portfolio of some of his work from Solomon Kane and the like. And there's a spot illustration from Roy Krenkel, and then another says Conan on Venus, an article by Fred Blosser, I guess it is. And then it has some more fan artwork in here. An interview with writer John Maddox Roberts. Now, see if you can see that, John Maddox Roberts, and he was a writer of several of the Conan the Barbarian novels, prose novels in the 90s. And with some more nice fan art, and it kind of rounds out with a poem in the vein of the poems that Robert E. Howard wrote. What's this? Battle of Venarium, a poem about Venarium, is definitely a kind. And then, yeah, there's some art. And then at the very last is Red Sonja, a nice illustration. This is doing a serialized movie script adapted from the Red Sonja novel, The Ring of Ichabod, by David C. Smith and Richard L. Tierney, and the screenplay was adapted by David C. Smith. And this is issue 14, and it was started in issue 7. It's only a few pages at a time. I haven't read those, but I've read the book, so I kind of know what's going on. And so that is what I've got for you this time in the vein of mini comics and zines. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this short little thing. And will join me again next time on Bizarre Brain Comics. Please like, share, subscribe, share it with your friend, some of your friends who might be interested in the small press and mini comics and the like. And do leave comments, please. I appreciate the comments. Do you like any of these mini comics? Have you ever read mini comics before? You know, those kind of things. How about linoleum cuts? That's an unusual technique for a comic book. So that's all I've got. And remember, people, comics are art.